The year was 1900, 'tis worth remembering the men who lived through 55 days at Peking. 'Twas called the Boxer Insurrection, a bloody Oriental war against all nations of the diplomatic corps. The flags of France and Britain, how they fluttered in the breeze, the Italian and the Russian, and the flag of the Japanese.
Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, we're on episode 3 of What If There Was a Zombie Apocalypse in 2026. Before we begin this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps out a ton as we are on the road to 1.5k before the end of the year. So yeah, let's get into this. Last episode, we saw this Sudan collapse. We saw the war in India and Pakistan come to an end as the zombie outbreak is getting a lot worse. The Libyan Civil War, and the French, or the official French collapse. Now, looking at a new map, we have the UN map. In dark purple, this means they are in the Security Council, and since France collapsed, Germany was the next nation that would be for the Security Council. And in dark gray, it means they are currently collapsed. They have collapsed, and if a nation doesn't have them, like Somaliland or Puntland, that means they are not in the UN or have not applied. Next, we have power rankings, and now, this K is not supposed to be here. It seems a bit weird because, well, of course, Britain's 16, and we're going to actually see why they're number 16. And, well, the first reason, not the main one, is Scotland leaves the UK. But, it's still doable, and then we're going to see the Civil War inside of England. And in dark red, we have the communist faction, and in orange, we have the conservative faction. And, well, looking at power rankings, at least in Europe, or ideology, these two are actually going to try to get involved as the Charist France is going to try to get the communists to win, and they're going to try to get the conservatives to win. As conservatives, they will take their, the first offensive, as both sides are now going to start to even fight each other just a bit, but they kind of hate, the main English government. As we are finally going to see the Communist Party, or at least a few of them, mainly in Wales, they are going to start to adopt a Charist ideology, and soon this will happen as the Conservatives are going to try to, well, continue this. And as this is going to happen, we are going to see the, moreover, turn, corporatist, as we are going to see the Sharedist group more of actually start to dominate this, as they are going to be, trapped here inside of Northern Ireland, and this is going to be our treaty, as we are going to see England turn into a Sharedist nation. Now, going down into Africa, we're going to continue the zombie outbreak, start to ravage more of Sudan, as it's going to get in South Sudan and Ethiopia. But looking once again at the power rankings, Ethiopia is trying their best to resist the zombies, as we are going to see it even start to go into Arabia, as this outbreak is a very fast moving outbreak, perhaps, or with Yemen mostly collapsing, as Oman and Saudi Arabia are now having to deal with a two-front defensive. As we're going to see South Sudan collapse under the pressure, as it is going to even reach into Uganda, and going on to our mountain layer, we're going to see there is some mountains over here, and so there is going to be a pushback of the zombies. But yeah, this is a horrible day or a horrible episode for Africa, as Africa is going to start to collapse under the pressure from the outbreak, as Somaliland and Punjab they're going to collapse, and we saw tons of nations fold under the pressure this episode. And now looking at the stability map, I think we need to update it. It need to be maybe like there's not a lot of green because how the world's reaction to this outbreak is, as this color means um and just a zombie outbreak, as Ethiopia turned to the red stability, as with the side of you're going to turn into orange as stability down. And just looking, you may be wondering why are these two radical nations? We're going to have to update this in a dark green. And now, we're going to see, like, this is a dark red stability. And they're finally going to start to cross the Alps as we are going, Italy start to be threatened, so is, whatever, yeah, they are. And let's actually go over here to Germany. Because here, there's an election in, in Belgium and in the Netherlands. And in, Belgium, we're going to see the Sheridas party win. And in the Netherlands, the corporate party wins. And we're both of these kind of start to ally up with, I guess you can call it, as Germany is also going to do an offensive down here to try to stabilize this region and to get an ally inside of France, as they are going to have a coup to turn into a corporate nation. And now going on the, we are going to see a new alliance form. I know this map is pretty bad, but we are going to see the corporate and the Sheriff's Alliance, as both of these are very powerful, and I would actually say in a war, though Germany is stronger than France, or the Sheriff's France, since the Netherlands in this part of France isn't the strongest, they would probably lose in the war, since England is now recovering and could soon go back in the top 10. Next, we're going to continue the Civil War as we are going to see this corporate nation continue to do very well, as they're going to be actually the ones to launch an offensive back from the Egyptians, as corporate Libya is going to try to, just win this war, but it's unlikely. As I would actually say they kind of have a better advantage, the Sheridas group, just because now have gotten a lot of this military faction inside of Sudan, as they are even going to push back a bit as this civil war is not over, as once again they are going to both try to, I guess, win. But I could say these sides are about equal. Inside of India, we are going to see the city of New Delhi be captured, as India is going to start to turning back on fortifications. They are going to start to collapse, as India's government is now like, what should we do? But they, as tons of government officials are dead or missing, as they are going to start to hug up against fortifications, as once again they are going to start to go behind the lines, but they're going to be able to hold it out for a bit. As inside of India, we are going to see a civil war. And this civil war is going to be funded by Germany, as they are going to kind of be in Bengal and in southern India, as they hope they can get a corporate ally inside of India. And I mean, it could go well, it could not, who knows. As we are also going to see a lime one sponsored actually by England this time, not France. As yeah, it isn't a disadvantage, but it is a lot more of a militarized group. As we are going to see them do some damage, and we're going to come back to the Indian Civil War later. Inside of Pakistan, we are going to see this occur, as they are going to try to protect their capital city of Islamabad, but Pakistan is now. As we're also going to see these mountain zombies, they're going to do fairly well, as Kyrgyzstan is going to be the first nation to collapse, and followed by that is going to be Tajikistan, as up north they are starting to be a very serious threat to perhaps both of these, as both of these, if they mixed, it would be very bad. And in the U.S. Virgin Islands, they are actually being able to contaminate this, and we're going to have the start of a cure being worked on. It is like only less than 0.5% done, but they are starting to diagnose its genus. In China, instability is getting worse as both a sharedist and a corporate movement is starting to occur, but China, unbeknownst to the world, has for the past few weeks had a very bad zombie movement that is finally going to be announced after it has killed or infected over 100 million people. As people are now starting to say this is going to be the end of, I guess, the world, as two of the most populous centers are now infected, as the second most fertile area in the world is going to be infected, as a lot of the Vietnamese government will collapse, as also, well, China will not have time to put up fortifications this episode. And for the last few events this episode, we are going to see the German conquest, as they will declare war on Austria, as NATO basically no longer exists, or at least Article 5 is completely gone, as they will declare war on Slovenia, and for some reason Czechia. This war will most likely go fairly quickly, as in Austria there is a bigger sharedist movement, so there will be some resistance, but in these areas where there is a corporate movement, as the rest of Austria is in either a democratic or an sharedist movement, as these two ideologies are starting to rival the world, as we are going to also see, um, I guess them taking what's Prague, as Czechia was not even expecting an invasion to even occur, as they are going to collapse moreover, and Austria, no, not expecting that, they are going to just kind of fall, with Vienna falling, and soon, yeah, Slovenia, and all of this, as we're going to see full annexation in these two, but not in Czechia, as this is now the treaty that we see, as both nations are almost fully annexed, as we will see, or I guess Bohemia, maybe you could call this. And we have one last event for this video, and this is the the U.S. governor election. But we're actually going to focus on the state of Delaware for this election, as Delaware will elect a sharedist candidate, and Maine will elect a corporate candidate. Though they are not trying to gain independence, this could show that in the next U.S. elections, if radicalism continues to spread across the world, we could see the U.S. falling to one of these ideologies. And this is where I'm to, or for some reason, I just want to do one more thing. Sorry, guys. We are going to see Catalonia officially fall, as Spain is now going to start to collapse. And thank you guys. Please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps out a ton, as we're on the road to 1.5K. Please consider liking and subscribing. And yeah, see you guys in the next